bitch.
I was already over the crystal gems.
See, you thought it was gone, but you gotta get in there. What? Stupid ad button. Trying to get it to work. Ad. Nope, can't do it. Gotta wait. This is dumb.
We are the champions.
We are the winners.
Give us the ring.
Oh.
Oh,
I mean,
Olin, what are you doing here?
Give us the ring.
see, I'm not.
Well, since you said please, here you go.
And then he shoves it right up his butt.
You can keep it.
Oh my god, I just had the weirdest thought. outside of Golem getting his. Okay. So
Oops.
it's funny
Whoops.
because
Don't worry
I
about
saw
that.
Ooh.
Don't worry about that.
Ooh.
Don't.
What was
worry.
that?
That was nothing.
Ooh, what's that?
Gosh darn it. I'm having
Stop.
too much fun with Breaky.
It's been too much
Listen.
fun until Breaky's like, oh, Vincent. And I'm like, get the fuck away from me. We already have a restraining order on Grandma Breaky.
What?
Breaky.
What?
Grandma Breaky's dead to me.
Grandma Breaky should never have existed, but Grandma Breaky is here.
She lives in all of us.
That's a thought that I never want to have.
Wait, what? What'd you say, Blank?
She lives
Don't.
in all of us.
I don't want that thought. Don't leave
It's
that
too
thought.
late. You asked the questions. Now it's there. Now it's there.
God damn it. I gotta cry while trying to finish. Beans?
You get to cry while you watch Cry. Play Cry of Fear.
I mean, he did do that.
There you go.
I
What,
finally
you
got
think I
Vic to
tell
watch a
lies?
Cry video. It had to just be something vampire related.
Oh, you showed on the Vampire Masquerade?
Yeah, I did show her.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also all really great videos of
I know Cry quit that
Ranklin-
vampire.
Vampire.
Yeah, or vampire or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
know.
quit that. He was like, I'm done.
I mean, it could be liquid hot garbage.
It puts me
I
to
mean-
sleep.
Don't forget the time he drunk himself stupid till he's finished Rule of Roses. So,
Damn.
Yep.
Damn.
He drank while he was trying to finish that game. I can at least respect the effort.
But can you respect the hero?
From Smash, yeah, I always respect Hero because I like playing as him. What is this? Is this an egg roll? I can't tell if this is an egg roll.
That's my cocaine.
I'm gonna eat it.
A cocaine shaped egg roll?
Yes. I decided to get a little different.
How does cocaine taste? Egg.
Wait, what?
I was gonna say, how does this egg shaped egg?
Egg shake?
I can't process what Soccer just said.
Egg
How
roll
does
shape?
Egg roll shaped cocaine taste like?
Yes.
I was stuck on cocaine and then I was stuck on straight egg.
And that is the effect, and I appreciate.
I don't know how I feel about you just thinking more of an egg-shaped cocaine.
Egg cocaine is shaped like a dream.
Snake eater. Okay, I'm done.
Oh my
Egg
gosh.
shaped cocaine. It's very excellent. You won't crack under pressure.
Stop. Stop.
You'll never crack underneath that cocaine.
Cocaine!
And this is how we start our life. Hello, my name is Vincent, and this is how we start my story.
Thanks, Vincent. No, that was Vincent. But if you wanted more Vincent,
Hi, Rantaro here.
Stop.
I'm not
God
supposed to be
damn
here,
it.
but we didn't do it last time, so now I'm here now.
It's retcon, but now it's not. So this,
It's all fine.
yeah. So this egg roll isn't an egg roll. It just looks like an egg roll, but it has a ton of rice in it.
Ooh,
Mm.
I can get into that. No, not cocaine. Cocaine.
Cocaine!
Yeah. But
You gotta.
as we as we get back into the cocaine adventures of all the cocaine people,
We begin our side story.
yes, we do. You see, as you will fast forward a couple of things that will be explained next time, 2 weeks from now. But essentially, after you, Zalif, Holt, Johnny, Renee, and the unconscious mayor waddled into that room with the patient table in the dead center with this very heavy piece of equipment tangled up in the ceiling and just kind of draped down, which looked like it had a series of drills and a set of scalpels on it, and it just had a lot of think that someone's performing some sort of heavy duty. And next to it was a set of medical equipment and what you could assume to be some form of something akin to a sort of liquid, unexplained liquid that will be explained next time. But once you got in there, Mare started seizing up. And it got really, really bad because the now metal mare started changing shape back into what you would resemble her to be, as far as the ears, the actual mouth that's there, the hair, the skin, or rather the fur, and everything else. But then none of that. She started changing into people that you'd seen before. Started changing into individuals that we only very, very scarcely covered in Vincent and Zero's thing. Individuals of a high standing and some in a security and as she started to shift into those very eyes, Renee quickly sedated her. And what followed was Renee performing a series of medical examinations on Mare and finding out that, well, something in her body is very, very, very unstable and slowly but surely causing her to destabilize and quite possibly die. But while Renee, in this room, Mare, clasped onto a medical table, is currently hard at work trying to prevent you, Holt, and Johnny found yourselves looking for supplies and possible answers as to what was transpiring with Mare, while Renee took care of her. Which led you down a series of until you...
You're cutting out.
Am I?
You were cutting out a wee
Cut
bit,
me out.
but then at
Was
that
I?
point it kind of cut you out a little bit more.
At which part?
I heard you found yourself walking down a hall. And then
Silence.
Dang it! Well, basically, you're walking down a few hallways until eventually you came across a door at the end of one of the hallways because they just kind of stretched on and on. Very strangely, actually. It's as if the more you walked down the hallway, the further on it got until you finally reached a door. Which, as you're approaching the door, roll me a will, and then I'm going to roll for both of them. As we get something. And depending on what you roll, I'm going to change the music, so I'm going to keep it still for now.
Yeah!
Ah,
I was really worried I was gonna roll a 1.
I mean,
I'm worried still, nonetheless.
I mean, that would involve that you passed.
I know.
The Sakura could have had a fixed
One's still
difficulty.
worse. One's still worse than a 16.
There was a fixed difficulty.
Oh, well, nice knowing you, Blank.
Fun.
We're going to roll for John.
John.
Bye, Johnny.
And last but not least, Holt.
Oh, no!
Hold!
Oh, yes.
Oh, no!
Oh,
Oh,
no!
I get to shoot everyone that fails to say hold. No, not really. I'm not gonna.
Gosh darn it, visit.
Not be, I mean. Or meta. Meta. No meta.
So, what we get is, I don't want this, because this one gets unnecessarily hyped way too fast.
But that's the fun.
It is. But,
Let's all have a fun time losing our mind.
actually, maybe this is the less hype one.
Hype,
No,
hype,
no,
hype,
it's
hype,
definitely not.
hype. Oh.
It's... No, it is. Hold on.
I'm confused.
You should be.
No. Concerned noises arise.
Yeah, I think this is the hype one.
Yep. That's the
Yeah,
higher
it's the-
paced one.
I
Because after
hate
this
you.
laughter, it's just,
I
yeah,
hate-
roll for initiative.
It's a good song, but I hate you. Don't be confused by my dancing to the music. I still hate you.
See, your mind is telling me, I hate you, but your body's telling me, I agree with this.
Yeah.
But, what you come into, as you finally open up the door, is this room, right here. There we go.
Where are you? Where is she?
Where's the sugar? Oh,
Well,
all
the-
the way to the left flank.
To the
All the way
left,
to
to
the
the left. Wait, okay. I think I have my left.
Blank. Do we have to go back to kindergarten and teach you what from your right to left?
Or that.
Okay.
Or that. Or I could just drag you over there. So. Now.
Totally vibing with the song. Ah.
So, as you open the door, you feel yourselves dragged into it, your feet moving all on their own accord. As you stumble inside to see this strange sort of mixture between a dining area and this very cozy looking fireplace. But it would be a very pleasant ordeal if it weren't for the walls. All the walls having eyes on them. Eyes staring directly at the lot of you.
Eyes are on the wall.
Yes.
They're on the ceiling too as you look up.
They're looking at you, kid.
However, the eyes on the ceiling begin to open up. They start to make a rift in the middle of the room. Sort of forming, as you look at it now, a very crescent shape, almost like a smile. And as this rift continues to open, and it wedges itself open further and further, something begins to drip through as it begins to slink its way down onto the ground. And you start to see, as this puddle has formed in the center of the room, this black oozing puddle. And then, as you're looking at it, as all of you are looking at it, you start to see these figures, these humanoid in shape figures start to come up through the ooze. They don't just rise, no, there's first a hand, an arm, followed by a head as they claw and squeeze their way out of this slime. These very unnerving, squelching sounds as they wring themselves out of this goo. And as they begin to stand, shakily, they look towards a lot of you. And they let out this pained wail of some haunted creature. And it seems as though they want to do very awful things to you. So please, roll me initiative.
Fuck!
Thanks, disembodied laughing voice. I needed that.
Cool. No, it's cool. No. I don't know why I said damn it.
Who knows? Interesting. Very interesting. Now let me roll for them. Ah. Okay. So, let me bring out their tokens. I can't say this isn't the best part. So, where are you? Ah, there you are. Ooh. I may have gone a little crazy with this one.
Good.
Fuck.
Good.
I-
Also, look at this picture. It speaks to me.
But does it speak to you on an emotional level?
Yes.
Then I love it. I just want you to know, Blank. I have to do this with a heavy heart.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Time paradox. Go.
Could it be a time paradox?
Could he
All
bring
right.
up some traumatizing relatives? We'll find
No.
out right now.
I'll just bring out these things.
Yeah.
So, as you begin to see these creatures, you note that each of them looks different. Some of them have these spindly arms that dangle above what looks like the legs of a spider, as each one begins to stretch out. And the thing rises as if it's just a few feet taller than all of you put together.
Oh, no.
But we're not done yet.
But wait, there's more.
There is. You see, one of them looks a lot like Johnny. If, for some reason, his bird-like transformation took on a more appropriate shape. and
Chicken with
looked-
razor blades?
Yes. If the infection took hold and all things became very, very dark, you'd assume this is what he would look like.
Thank you, Flowey. Thank you for your laughter after you finished that statement.
Flower's helping me out all the time, really. And then you see another one as it finally stretches itself out of the cocoon-like substance. Feel free to put yourself wherever it is you would think to be in the scenario next to the door. The door being, well, right here.
What?
As you stumbled out of it.
Wait, where's the door?
The door was over here. Feel free to put yourself within this square where you think you would have been as you stumbled into this room.
Where are you?
It's
I made a
fine.
door.
You did.
It's
It's a
blue.
good looking door.
Right here.
Interesting.
Ah!
Like, you gotta realize no matter where you go, he's coming for you.
He is.
And no matter what, you're gonna get that ranch.
You are. Alright. Let me add all of these little ditties.
I am
Yes.
dancing aggressively to the song.
I'm angry, but at the same time,
These jams!
Song's too
Jimmy
good.
Jams.
Ah!
Ah!
I'm worried.
Now then, I get to add all of them. So. Ah, yes. Good.
Did you finish describing the third one, or did you leave it as a cliffhanger?
Well, now that you ask me about it,
Ah!
the last one, as it comes out of its cocoon and stretches itself, it looks like some weird version of the two. It's not quite insect, it's not quite bird, but it's all the more terrifying as it tries to be humanoid in its shape. There's the two legs, the two arms, and a head, the torso. But as you look upon it, trying to stare as hard as you can, its body shifts and wriggles as you see things writhing beneath. You'd think they were worms, except for as parts of its bodies are exposed, you see that there are these little parasites inside, running around its body.
Sexy.
Yes.
No, stop. Stop
Sexy.
it. No.
Stop
Stop it right now.
Never. My story is never yet over.
Your story hasn't begun, Vincent. But we'll get to you.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh,
Thank you
oh.
For letting me see these.
Ringles.
Thank you, Flowey. Thank you.
So, as
Oh,
Johnny
boy.
is the first, all of you thrown into this situation,
Not me.
Johnny,
Ah, fuck.
almost in a sort of possessed like trance, sees the figure before him that looks similar but is very grotesque in state and nature.
Who are
He's
you?
running towards it.
You, Brigada.
No, this is not better.
It is
Goodness,
not,
thank you very
but
much
he's
for the
going
follow.
towards it.
Sorry if I mispronounced that, but still, thank you for the follow.
So, Johnny rushes up.
Johnny.
Johnny.
I finally found you, Faker. Faker? Who are you calling Faker?
Oh no.
I just want that moment where they start talking with each other.
Johnny!
Johnny failed it. Well, let me see
Jackie!
these things.
Oh no, you stop right there. Stop
Uh,
right there, he's there.
now it's time to see if Johnny failed that.
Johnny, get in there. Go hard. And don't call back.
It looks like Johnny has finally failed me, and I'm so proud of him.
What?
Johnny!
It finally
John-
happened.
Johnny! Johnny, my boy.
Boy.
Stop! Stop!
So, let's see what terrible, terrible thing lies in wait for him.
Death.
Probably.
Sakura laughs all the same.
I don't think it's death.
Stressful.
That looks perfect. I didn't think I could get this cruel, but then
Yes, you could.
But wait, there's more.
Ah.
there is more. So, is this thing that looks very much like Johnny is right in front of him. Johnny strikes out with his claws, and the thing bats them away.
Reminds me of a cat.
Yes, as a cruel grin spreads across its strange, beaked face. And a tongue lolls out as if absolutely famished. But Johnny, however, is unable to attack as the thing has tripped him. He is on the ground as this thing looms over him. But Zalef, what are you doing at the moment?
Crying? Alright.
Thanks, Flowey.
Thanks, Flowey. You're
Thanks,
a real
Flowey.
help.
Always the moral support with that one.
Actually, Zalef, as you look upon the walls, you see that the eyes, some of them actually look like your own.
No! You stop! Shayla doesn't have eyeballs!
Exactly.
That's what makes it terrifying to me!
Pupils. Ah!
Oh, Johnny, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna use Entangle on them.
Wonderful. Where'd you put it?
Right here on the furthest wall.
Interesting. So I'm going
He's
to
still
have
in.
all of
He's
them
still in
roll.
the shot. That's what's. So I was like, sorry, Johnny.
Yep. So let's find out what happens to dear old Johnny.
Johnny.
The danger.
So, as they all roll for their wonderful reflex, I'll go with Johnny first, just to give him that good old
college try.
That's why I said you're sadistic. Thank you, Johnny. I love you so much.
And so I'll roll for them as well. 1, 2, 3. Alright.
Only one, actually.
Indeed. As they all begin to have these tendrils writhe underneath them. Actually, there's a strange thing with your vines. They seem more of their own mindset as they wrap around one of the creatures, or rather 2 of them, pinning them up. The wrapped up individuals seem to be in a state of pleasure from these vines.
What?
Make this into bondage vines?
It always comes back
It's come back for now
God damn it.
with a vengeance.
with a vengeance, because
What's
as
this?
the sounds echo out throughout the room, you hear these very strange and terrifying moans from these creatures.
Oh my god.
Jesus, Sakura.
It's only begun. I'm so
Safe word
glad
is
that you
pineapple.
No, safe word is still Betty White.
Ready, right? Doo-doo-doo.
So, as that is your turn, do you move at all? I need to know.
I just
The way you said that, Sakura, is just a weird thought. Just like you just punching your nipples being, I'm waiting.
I just wanted to move, like, take that 5-foot step close, like right next to hold. Still
the
trying to
current-
stay away, but
I mean, with good reason at the moment, because he is frothing at the mouth.
who's frothing at the mouth?
Bolt, who you step next to.
Oh, hi,
Uh,
Else.
Oh,
No
hi.
one gave
Oh,
him his rabies. Holt.
rabies shots.
No one gave him his rabies shots.
No one gave him his rabies shots. But that is besides the point for now, as he rushes forward.
Bye, Holt.
Oh, wait, hold on. Get this out of my way.
No, that's too much work.
But I need it. So, the creature in front of Johnny gets to act first. And we'll see if it breaks free.
We're breaking free.
No. No, it does not.
Haha.
As it's
God damn it, Holt.
squeezed.
I just realized something.
Oh, go ahead.
You're gonna make him roll for reflex, aren't you?
You are smarter than a 5th grader. Congratulations.
I keep forgetting you gotta keep rolling.
Yes.
Mhm.
So,
That's my reaction to it all.
Yeehaw.
Remember, guys, Betty White.
God damn it.
I don't know how Holt will say it because he's frothing at the mouth.
I don't think Holt will remember because he's a little busy.
I think that's Betty White. The vines are confused.
the vines are very confused. Or are they? As they squeeze upon these creatures with expert precision. And you're not sure if they're doing their job or having a good old time with them.
Having a good time. Having a good time.
So. Ooh. So, the spider-like creature, seeing all of this happen, starts to approach Johnny. And it tries to sink its fangs into him.
Slowly dancing to the song. Really fucking can't take her now.
Wake me up, can't wake up, still trying to wake up. Ah.
You gotta make the song happy because it's part of the song.
It's fine.
Oh god, no.
So, as this thing bites down towards Johnny, let me see, it rolled perfect. It hits. It sinks its fangs deep into Johnny's abdomen.
Bye, Johnny.
For
The laughter of a madman.
It is a laughter of a madman.
What do you mean? It's fine. That's the laughter of a madman. Oh,
Damn it.
so Johnny screams out in pain as this thing reaches and bites into him, trying to get its poisonous fangs into Johnny, and I'm going to have him roll a fort save to see if he gets all the bad stuff.
Oh, wow. This is... I think Sakura's gonna win for once.
Okay. Alright.
Sakura finally gets what he wants. This is the scariest moment.
Stick's not here.
It's all because she's asleep.
God damn it, Nick. Why you have to be asleep?
Because she's a sleepy baby.
So...
Sleepy baby was good luck to Johnny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
His ass gonna go to shower room in a few seconds.
he is. So, that takes... What is that? 1d3. Hold on while I find out just how bad this is for him. Oh, okay. So very bad. Understood. It's just all the good things that I want right now. It's one... Alright.
It's a story of a man named Johnny, and he's probably gonna fucking die.
Anyway.
AmayaBlank is here to just cry. And that is all the time.
It's fine. He's still fine.
He's in danger. God damn it. Says it's fine whenever it's not fine.
So, he was at this. Now 13. Carry the death.
What?
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 Okay. So now he's at this. Wonderful. I mean, in other news, he's probably okay.
Stop. Stop that. You're gonna make Blank cry.
No, I mean, honestly, he's probably okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
Says
'Cause
it's
it's Holt's
fine.
turn.
Meanwhile, Blank's on the floor crying.
Well, I'm on the ground steaming.
I said, why are there tears then? Why are there tears then?
Because I don't want my leader to die.
I mean, he may not die.
He may not die.
He may not die.
Why do you
There's
get...
a light.
That hope.
There's...
That hope, though.
So, what you see as this all happens, the way that it, well, would, is Holt begins to channel something. And as you see his hands start to light up with electricity.
I don't mind him taking my job anymore. As long as he helps.
Electricity begins to whirl through his hands as the static begins to sparkle. And then he shoots it out, and it arcs towards the spider and the bird-like creature. But they get reflex. So, let's see how well they do. First, I shall roll the damage. So, as it arcs out, let's see what happens.
Johnny's gonna die and see we. 3. I don't know. You know what? Here we are. Hello, this is the stream.
Welcome to my inevitable doom.
Hello.
So,
Welcome to Cry Plays
Ooh.
Blank
Can you
Suffering.
hear the pain in my voice?
alright, so, as Holt strikes out against them, he zaps the spider that is over Johnny, biting into, causes an electrical current to just go through its entire body, retracting its fangs from Johnny.
Oh, it's Karu. Hey Vincent, you wanna tell him what you said about him?
Oh, don't worry about it. Also, there's 2 people doing that. Hello! Everyone's here for the party.
Hi.
Hey. Did you remember the pina coladas for this party?
Well, I hope you like getting lost in the rain, because this is about to get very, very bad. Very, very
Ooh.
scary.
I'm so scarred. Whenever it's
Oh,
my turn.
Vincent, please, rain.
Hello, evening. There's 2 people. Whoa.
Hello, now Vincent has someone to talk to while I cry to my corner.
It's okay.
It is okay.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Tears running down your cheeks.
Probably.
And as he
See,
strikes
I'm
both
not
of you,
crying. I'm laughing like a maniac.
You're almost there. Don't worry.
so fire
We'll get
starts
there
to
in
cut
no
out
time.
onto the rug as
Yay.
it begins to come upwards. And as the fire comes up, you see.
Sakura's so happy.
Sakura, buddy, remember the ranch?
Right, ranch.
See, now there is a mission. Now there's a reason why he could do this, though.
And then, ooh.
Sakura, remember our friendship?
I do it. I love it.
Now prepare to lose Johnny.
So they take. Let me see what this is.
How are you
Half
gonna
of
kill
this.
him off
Oh,
before I could even make his
they
character?
take 1 damage from the fire
I mean,
as the fire comes upwards, and that's Holt's turn.
Exactly.
now we get to see if this other creature breaks free.
Also, how's chat doing? How you guys doing?
Johnny.
How you beautiful people doing?
We're not breaking free, hopefully.
I'm
not.
breaking the
We're not.
sadness tonight.
Johnny finally gets up as you can see this venom dripping from his stomach.
We are Venom.
Unfortunately,
You stop.
Oh, okay.
the venom-like symbiote. Actually, we're going to see something.
So
Do.
they're
Yes.
both injured?
Yes,
Huh.
the lightning did much more than I expected it to do.
Way to go, Hold! You can take my fucking job any day. Gotta get me some lightning shit.
But you
just
gotta
see
at
as
least have a catchy one-liner with it.
his was a series of snarls.
Right.
You kind of did up.
Right.
It's just the sounds that you would hear from a shark trying to eat someone, and you just hear the jaws
So
clamping.
no
down.
noise at all then,
Yeah!
Yeah.
because the sharks don't make noise underwater. They just make it like they splash
Exactly.
in the water.
So it's kind of like a blender, almost.
That's a really loud. That's a really loud shark.
It is.
Rip,
So I'm gonna make
rip
him-
Zayla's ears.
Oh.
Hold on.
Watching Amaya's suffering, chilling with a milkshake,
Ooh,
overall pretty good.
okay.
Was that a Wookiee? There you go. That was as good as I can get for a Wookiee.
So
They don't pay me
unfortunately,
enough. I'm
the
sorry.
the poison does not subside as it sifts through Johnny's body,
Johnny!
but he does get up.
Fuck! Why does Vic have to be asleep?
Because her body is.
There's
your
no one
body.
to save you. I'm sorry.
And then came from the ceiling, Vincent with with his rifle shoots at the enemy, dead. That'd be kind of
Actually, Vincent.
That'd be kind of cool.
Actually, Vincent.
No, don't do this. It was a
Actually,
joke.
Vincent.
It was a joke.
Join us,
Actually, Vincent.
buddy. Buddy, old pal, come
Listen,
say
there's
hi
no way
to-
for my sniper rifle to be repaired, even though I have history in engineering. That doesn't mean I can
It
craft
don't
it.
matter.
No,
come
there's
say
no-
hi and stab
Damn.
some people.
There's no
Yes.
sniper rifle, but Vincent.
Yeah.
As all of this is happening,
Damn
far,
it!
far away from you.
I hate you! Damn it!
Yeah, let's take a break
As,
from my mental distraction.
As you're going to check upon this individual and trying to examine them to see whether or not what you saw before they returned to this rusted
I'm in
copper
danger.
texture,
Oh, you're in danger, huh?
you
Yeah.
and
Melody!
you
Her
and
name is Melody.
I know, you and Melody. Are approaching the figure when Melody begins very viciously tapping her head as if to get your attention.
What?
Oh
As you
no!
look up, she points down.
What? Down where?
You roll me a reflex, down to the ground.
Oh no!
I hate you because I knew this was happening just because I opened my mouth.
It is.
Sucker, please have mercy on us.
No.
Flowey, shut up!
Flowey told me that
Stop.
mercy is her side.
Song was cool now, but now I'm getting mad at Flowey.
So, wait, what about reflex?
Alright. So, as the ground begins to open up before you, as this darkness starts to swirl around you, you manage to yank your legs out at the last second,
Nope.
and you tumble backwards away from this.
Wait, so
see.
where was I facing necessarily? Here or here in this instance then?
You were facing...
God
Basically
damn it,
there.
song's gonna be stuck in my head.
Oh, okay. So I'm basically where the door is if I roll back in that instance.
yes.
Then. So
You rolled
I
against the door.
yeah. So I have Melody and I hold her and then I just roll back.
And she's
Nope.
just shivering atop your head, just worried at the hole in the ground as it begins to, like teeth, make a little grin, and then it fades. And the floorboards return to normal. You're not sure why.
Why couldn't you be a buddy old pal and roll really bad?
Ha! That requires me to help people. I'm in the neutral party, motherfucker. But
That's wow.
the point still stands. I'm like, oof. Well, lost that important thing, but hey, look at the positive, Melody. We aren't being sent to a different dimension. Positive things, positive times.
A musical tone of terror plays for a moment as she's just kind of trying to sort herself out. But she manages as best as a doll can to give you a solid thumbs up as if to
Oh,
reassure you.
I just imagine she's just clenching her fist.
She is.
That's
She's
so
trying.
cute. Oh.
See, this is why you can't light Melody on fire, then.
No, fucking like
I will fucking shoot you before you could ever touch her.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna be
stop
real.
trying
I
to
will
kill
defend
each
her.
other.
I will roll for that initiative. In a heartbeat. Don't you test me. Don't you test me.
See, Sakura, you were building up for a boss battle.
Mm.
Secretly, the boss battle was all of us all along.
Yes.
Oh no,
We
I'm
were
waiting
just
for
going to kill
something.
each other.
Oh no, I'm waiting for something.
No.
You'll know. You'll know. Trust me. You'll know.
So, Johnny, sort of just maintaining his bodily fluids as best he can, tries desperately to attack these foes while they're weak. But we'll see if that actually pans out the way he wants it to.
Hands are out. Never mind.
Gosh darn it, Vince.
Leave me alone. I'm trying to make old jokes. They're dead.
Just like John. No, I'm just kidding.
Almost. Almost.
Is this
So,
what it's like to have heart attack?
Yes. It
Yes.
hurts.
so, for Johnny, the wonderful, mystical, magical Johnny. He strikes out against this creature before him, the spider creature that bit into him.
Go,
And-
Johnny!
He cuts this large gash across its throat, and you see as some substance seems to seep through.
What are you laughing
However,
at?
the next blow does not connect.
My mom
As-
tripped over my shoes.
Oh no!
She's fine. Continue.
Don't worry, she rolled for reflex. She saved herself.
Yeah, she rolled a high enough reflex to catch herself.
Yay!
Well, speaking of reflexes and catching oneself, Sailor. As you
Nice.
see Johnny fighting for his dear life as poison seeps out of his stomach, what do you do?
I'm gonna read my stuff right now, because I need to know how this...
I can guarantee you that something bad may happen very shortly.
You can do it! Everyone, put your hands together!
I'm gonna fucking point and use spontaneous immolation on the spider.
Gotta do a thing.
Do what you gotta do.
What I got a boo? Did it roll?
No, the other thing.
It did roll.
You're supposed to twist your
Oh.
back.
Doesn't
I
that
twist
burst
my
out?
back and say yada yada.
There we go! Merry Christmas, everybody.
But I have a question.
Yes.
So the range on this thing, right?
Mhm.
Does it have an explosive range to things next to it? Like,
No, it only attacks one creature.
okay, that's all I
See,
need.
target
Sucker.
is one creature. I did my reading before I did this.
I'm very
Good.
proud of you.
So, as you hit this creature with your fire, you see it begin to burn. You see its flesh begin to melt as the skeletal frame is left in its wake as it
howls out this cackle of pain and anguish.
Crawling in my
That is
crawl?
the most terrifyingest thing I've ever seen.
It is. It's just this skeletal spider at this point. But it looks as though it's not long for this world, at least. And as you do so, everybody gets to roll to see if they get trapped. And to see if they break free. So, for those who are not trapped, Johnny passes. The
Wait.
spider.
Let's see. Wait,
Passes.
spiders are exoskeletal creatures. How are they different from normal spiders?
Well, have you ever seen a spider that has no eyes and no skin, no flesh whatsoever? And it's just bones.
There's a bone to pick with you. Yeah, man.
Yes. But as both the spider and Johnny seem to obey the very sensual vines that are wrapping around the creatures, we're going to see if the ones that are already wrapped up break free.
Oh. Also, yes, that's called a spider. A blind spider. It can be a magical spider of darkness.
Pathfinder. It doesn't even make sense.
I mean,
Reality
further-
doesn't bend the way that it does normally.
It isn't real.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna add this. Magic basically makes logic null and void. The end.
It
yeah,
does.
it's Pathfinder. Welcome to Magic, and it being a goopy black mess that came from the ceiling.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. But they're still tied up. All tied up. This one's gonna try and break free though. Aren't you?
Fine.
Aren't you, Skimmer? Ooh,
No.
Wait.
Oh.
Ooh, wait.
Ooh-wee.
How much do you have? Oh, you... I forgot.
Ooh. You gotta kill someone.
Yes. That's the intent anyway. But we'll see how it all plays out, really.
Shouldn't says fine, and then gives a little emote.
So, which one of you was the...
Someone gonna die tonight.
Oh my gosh, this is the best part. Okay, so this thing right here. Let me see.
Oh, stop that.
Does not break free.
What? Hey, good job.
But the spider was never in a bad situation to begin with. And the spider is now a terrifying skeletal horror in front of Johnny. And, well, I feel like I don't need to explain what it's about to do.
It's gonna
But I'll do it anyway.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Its fangs begin to snap, and you see as some sort of liquid begins to ooze forth from its mouth as it lunges towards Johnny.
Bye, Johnny.
As it hits Johnny.
God damn it!
Bye, Johnny.
That's all I gotta say to that.
Bye, Johnny.
So, let's see how much it hits for this time. Oh, only 7 this time.
Yeah.
Oh well, let's see if it continues to poison dear old Johnny.
Oh, my goodness, what happened?
It does not.
Oh, thank you
Johnny's
very much for the follow.
constitution
I appreciate it.
Begins to resist this poison as the bite takes hold and Johnny screams out again in pain.
I should have saved money on car insurance. Kind of just, it was there, and I'm a piece of shit, so it works.
I'm going to throw your car insurance down the lake.
No,
Not the
that's
leg.
expensive.
Of
It's
ads.
car insurance.
Listen, I need more money. No, that's it. I forgot what else to add about that statement. I was like, no, I just need more money.
Yeah, you just need more money. That's it. There's nothing really to add to that. So,
Come on, my fellow gamist. Okay, I'm done. I'm done before I light myself on fire. It's okay.
you can see that Johnny's condition, though, continues to worsen. However, Holt, kind of like a very aggressive and furious shark,
See, that one was a little bit off in the timing for this moment.
yeah. Anyway,
Man.
runs towards the spider, full force. But does he enter the range of wonderful, wonderful
The range is up to
entanglement?
40 feet.
Does it have any increments depending on your level?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Snap into his
No.
Jim.
The plan in a 40-foot radius spread.
Okay.
That's all you get.
Interesting.
He still has to roll though.
He does.
He's barely there.
So, let's find out what happens to Holt.
I'm so upset.
Oh no, Holt.
Not the
I'm so
hot.
sorry.
You're not sorry.
No, I'm not.
You're not
Holt
sorry.
manages to
No
avoid the
options.
tentacles. Holt manages to avoid the tentacles as they come towards him, or the vines. Same thing at this point as they begin to
Ooh,
elicit moans
what's
from the
this?
creatures.
Oh, yeah, that's still happening. I forgot about that part.
I
Yes.
would just like to yell. "Rah!"
The creatures are in a mixture of pleasure and pain as they're
Oh my god, this is
slowly
too kinky.
melting.
This-
This is too kinky for me. Not in my wholesome Christian stream.
But Holt begins to try and tear and rip apart this skeletal frame of a creature. Oof.
Is it a bad oof or a good oof?
You decide. No.
My gut went immediately oof bad.
Your gut's pretty on point right now. It's nice.
I
So.
was gonna sad dance to Flowey's song. Fuck this game, fuck this game, fuck this game.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
This is how I like to play all of my games. So, as he lurches forward towards this creature, oh my big bud, he hits it.
What?
Yes,
Neat.
yes.
Cool.
He slams his giant mallet of a hand, webbed and all, at this creature, and it makes this terrible impact sound as it goes.
Oh my god.
Woo, that's Vincent's man.
Too kinky,
And-
says the dude choking that one girl and vampire. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my!
Forgot about that.
Listen, no one forgot the safe
50
word.
Shades of Jason.
No one forgot that
you.
Betty White was the safe word.
God damn it. Listen,
Yeah.
if I want to be kinky, I could be kinky. There's that one path. Never mind. I don't want to talk about that Pathfinder session. I don't want to talk about my past mistakes. Wait, no, it's
Why
still
don't we-
something
why
to
don't
be
we
proud about.
sit- Why don't
That wasn't a
we sit
mistake.
here and talk about how you seduced who was it again?
It was a dwarf.
Dwarf bouncer.
Yeah, it was a dwarf guy who didn't
All I had to
mind
do
some-
was bluff and then try to sound sexy about it. I'm like,
didn't
hey.
mind some half-elf booty.
Had low standards altogether.
How dare!
I'm just kidding.
Holy shit!
Very
How dare you
close.
call my character low
I
standards?
mean, it's not low standards if he really fell for your bluff.
I want to know though, just like,
Uh-huh.
what were you wearing at the time to? I mean, because if you something to stay, I mean, I got some questions as to how you did some seducing.
Okay,
Wearing a
so
really
just
tight
imagine
dress.
this. I was wearing, like, Vincent was wearing, like, a legit jacket. So making him
Mhm.
look good with it. So it's pure black, just
Mhm.
sticking with it. He still has his leather armor underneath the clothing. His, what's it called? Just the pants that have a bunch of pockets with them.
Cargo pants?
Cargo
Yeah.
pants, yes, but nice, military style ones. But they're like,
Oh.
instead of camo, it's just black because, black on black.
Please
Mhm,
forgive
mhm.
us while we take a break from our traumatizing
let me
moments talking
see.
Oh,
about
no.
how he seduced.
Speaking of
The dwarf.
traumatizing moments,
No, we're talking about dwarfs.
Holt slams his mallet of a hand down the creature, and as he does so, the creature shatters into all these little skeletal pieces flying across the room. Some float next to you, actually, Zalef.
God damn it,
Float.
stay the fuck away.
Not fall, not roll,
Swoogity coming after that
but
booty.
float. As you see
One
the
Vincent is
skeletal,
somewhere upstairs.
the skeletal vertebrae of this creature is just floating next to you, and it begins to shift and it begins to turn as it makes this ooze-like shape, and it transforms into an eye. It's your eye looking at you.
No!
Psychological thriller is just like, oof.
And there is another eye, and then there's a mouth.
Question is, whose mouth?
It's her mouth.
I was gonna say Johnny's mouth. Staring
And,
contest. Chicken mouth.
And it asks you, why did you do this?
To what?
More's to be seen after 5. We're going to see if this creature escapes, as the other one is defeated.
Meat. Wait.
That too. So, do you break free? You don't break free. You're a disappointment to all monster kind. I hate you. Anyway,
I love you, keep getting trapped.
it's still trapped in the web of sensual vibes.
I can live
As
that
it's
life.
just howling out in the most pleasurable sounds you could
I
imagine a
hate
monster
damn
to
it.
make.
Stop getting off of my phone!
It's very difficult for it right now.
What the fuck?
Speaking of difficulty, Johnny is going to attack this bird-like creature in front of him once again. Oh my, it looks like you did it. Wow, congratulations, Johnny.
Stop
You're
showing
going
off,
to-
Johnny.
I'm going
God.
to fight you, Sakura. Excuse me one moment. 5
No,
minutes
no,
later,
no.
I found you, Sakura!
Oh,
Got
a
you,
high
bitch.
break.
Oh, hi, Blink. I did not hit Johnny.
I did not.
No, I
hit
totally
him.
hate him.
I totally hit them. I lie. I totally hit them.
So, what did I say you had?
A black creature.
Ah.
What?
So, as Johnny begins to claw desperately at this creature in front of him, and a bit viciously, not in a feral-like state, but just survival of the fittest kind of mentality, as he screams out, "Ah!" And as he does so, tearing apart this creature as his talons swipe left and right, just trying to eviscerate this being before him. He does so as he rips him to shreds. And as this one starts to gurgle up its own blood, or this blackish ooze, really,
you see as it bellows out this large bubble that floats, and it gets bigger, and it gets bigger, and it gets bigger
Ooh.
until it's this very large sphere in the center. And then,
What?
yes.
Ba-dum-bum-bum, lollipop, lollipop,
No!
Lollipop.
No lollipop! But there is a badum followed by explosions.
Wait,
So-
that's not fair.
God. Ooh, Sakura. I see when Vic's away, you're like, I gotta kill these off as fast as I can before she notices.
And she's like, hold it, not so fast. And then she breaks down the door.
That's crazy how you say that, and then she breaks down the. So, as this thing pops, it does not explode per se. No.
It
Please,
implodes?
no. It gets all over the lot of you as this blackish ooze seeps all over your body. And please roll me.
Oh no.
Actually, I'll give you a chance here. Okay, it's fine. Roll me
Oh.
reflex.
Aha, Mike, as you say.
Oh, hi, Mac. Did I
With a
even?
very sad sex life, yeah.
Oh, no.
So,
Oh,
No.
fuck you, reflex.
all right. I gave you a chance. Damn,
My
but-
reflex is a 3. A 3.
So you,
Sucker's
Me.
so happy.
Johnny, Holt,
Johnny. Hold. Yes.
are all covered into your clothes, onto your skin. Some of it gets in your mouth a little bit.
Oh, no.
Disgusting.
It is. Because it tastes like raw sewage. You don't know how that tastes. But it's there. And as you taste it, though, you begin to feel extra sick.
Sorry,
Roll me
you're
for it.
actually making me extra sick. You're rolling what?
For it.
Fortitude.
Or the.
Mhm.
Oh no, that's a 2.
Good luck.
You got this, I believe.
Oh, 13.
You
Still
didn't get
fails.
this, I didn't believe. So. As you feel this sort of lurch in your throat and you try to vomit it up, you do. But you keep vomiting. And you find yourself sickened.
What? Someone with an actual ailment?
You are now sickened. Actually, this is a perfect time to illustrate something on the page under conditions, right? It'll
Oh my-
say sickened. And then right there, just click that. Just push it and see what happens.
Holy shit,
Or
and we don't
rather-
even have Vic.
What? Oh
Just
no.
click on
Where
just
do I
go-
go?
conditions at the top where it says
Like your actual
Pathfinder.
page.
Yeah, on your character sheet, and then you just put that, and then
You're in danger, Blank.
I'm in danger.
yeah.
And Vic's not here. Wait, I don't see second. Oh, I see it.
Mhm.
I'm in danger.
You're
Okay.
fine.
Vic's
it's
not here. You just
fine.
gotta message her. Vic, where are you? The goddess of healing.
I pray to Vic every night. I made her a shrine.
Well, the Renee Shrine is
Not available right now, please.
As
leave a
Renee
message
is in
after
another-
the beep.
currently making sure that one of your.
Oh, Sakura, you're cutting out.
Oh, hold on.
So how are you feeling though, Blank, about being in danger?
So, as you
are here in this nauseated state. Just trying really hard to keep your guts on the inside rather than the outside as you throw up this black sludge, and hopefully that was it. But the taste still lingers on the tongue, unfortunately. It ain't good. So, as you're kind of queasy at the moment, we're going to see.
My voice, I sound like an old man now.
Well, as we roll on to you, we're going to have Johnny and the Holt also make the fort saves, because of course it got on their skin too.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So Johnny, as it comes into his mouth, you see that at first it looks as though he's about to be lurching forward and just trying to spew this up, but
Hello, Scully. How are you?
actually, it looks like he isn't really bothered by it.
Wait, what?
Yeah. As you see Johnny consume this, you can actually see that the thing on his back that
That's good to hear.
I never really established as to what
to
happened to that, and I
Rolling
waited for this
Dice, the
exact
video
moment to
game.
do so. That
AKA
tattoo of a
Pathfinder,
snake.
AKA Easier D&D.
Is no longer a tattoo of a snake. Not now, Flowey. It's not the time. It's not even the right moment. All right, but anyway, as you see this thing on his back is now the image. This very strange, stylized image of.
Look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
It's the head of a raven.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Does it say nevermore?
Centered on his back.
Oh.
It's a
No.
head of a raven.
The head of a raven. And unlike most tattoos, this one, as you're staring at it, stares back at you. However, Johnny doesn't know that. As he inhales this liquid, and you see him start to blink, as if coming to some form of realization as he looks around the room, and his eyes go wide, as it seems he's seeing something that you are not.
What? Is he Is he tripping out now?
You're about to find out.
Oh no.
But Zaelith.
Yes, soccer.
So.
Oh, merciful soccer.
Now I want you
Oh,
to
you
crash and burn.
flapper.
It's so funny.
You're so flattering, but listen, Blank.
Yes.
I just want you, right?
To roll me.
I just want you to tell me what you're doing right now. You just tell me. It's fine.
IRL or Zayla?
Zaelith.
My gosh.
Oh, okay.
I just want to know. That's all.
I'm trying to figure out what I fucking did or what this voice is talking to me.
Okay. So the voice from the disembodied mouth and eyes that are staring at you that look very much like your own, as if detached from
Oh.
your face.
Oh my god.
Are just repeating why in this very sobbing tone, as if you yourself were crying.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Hmm.
I'm gonna use Death Watch and look at Johnny.
Oh, okay. So as you look upon him,
Here we
he is
go.
very far from the death state. Very far. He's alive,
He's alive.
which is opposed to what you've seen previously, when it has come to Johnny, as he was infected by the symbiote, which it seems like he still is, but as you look upon him, well, he's seemingly much better than the dead him. Anyway, for now. I'm trying, but just give me some time. We'll get there. We'll get there. I've got him close, and that's where I want him. So, as you look upon Johnny, you can tell that although he is alive, he is teetering on the edge between life and death. As you see that his body is in fact starting to fail him. But is that something you can do freely, or was that your action?
It's at will.
All right. So what are you doing besides that?
I'm lighting the face on fire.
For now, Sakura the twisted sadist.
I'm not. Not at all. It's really fine. I'm not even doing anything wrong, really. So
Says really not. Kuro's like, I don't know why I did snaps.
As you do so, there's no reason for it to roll a DC because you set it ablaze easily. As you do, though, you scream out in pain.
Oh, you wonderful person, you!
Sakura's such a swell guy. That's what he's so...
I'm not gonna call you names because you are my best friend.
Thank you.
But I will say fuck you.
Okay. That's warranted. And I appreciate your honesty and your friendship and your dead corpse. So, as
am I right, my gamist?
This is what happens when you're best friends with me. He likes to take advantage of.
Oh yeah, profusely.
So, at the end of this wonderful thing that you've done, we're going to have some rolls, some dinner rolls, if you will.
Tasty.
Oh, Johnny's fine.
No.
Baby Holt, are you okay? Little baby Holt, no you're not, you're stuck.
Hold,
Okay.
please.
So, as the vines wrap around Holt in a very sensual manner, it tries to stifle a moan that almost escapes his mouth. As he looks towards these vines, he tries to tear them off, but it's a mixture of confusion and unwanted pleasure. However, pleasure is soon a fading thought in his mind as the gel-like goop that was in the center of the room, well, Johnny and Holt are next to it, and it's getting closer to their feet.
So Kuro says, and your dead corpse, yes, you are totally not doing anything wrong.
No, not at all. Anyway, moving beyond that, crazy little thing called love. This thing right here is also going to roll before I do Holt.
Get your love.
It breaks free.
Oh.
So that's a thing. But doesn't matter because Holt is stuck.
Oh.
Holt is going to try and rip out of these vines that are doing very naughty things to him.
Oh.
He does. Easily. Very easily. He immediately rips through these vines, looking back at you, Zalith, in a very angry expression, and then looks towards the insect-like humanoid creature.
He's looking at me angry. I'm too busy yelling in pain.
Yeah. Which is why, as he looks towards you and he has this angry state on his face, it turns into a confused look as he just ignores that for now and he looks towards the insect monster, which it is its turn.
I'm sorry, my vines are kinky.
They are extremely. So as the kink of vines continue, oh my.
Oh my, the kink of vines. They said no, no, no. You are not allowed to say Betty White.
This
Tell me
creature
why.
begins to lunge towards Johnny for a very aggressive squeeze as it tries to grapple him. Let's see if you've got what it takes. Show me what you got.
And then he died. The end.
Then he died.
The end.
So. Ooh. Okay, this is cool.
This is cool?
This is cool.
This is
No.
cool?
Yeah.
No.
Johnny's dead. No, I was kidding.
Oh,
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Anyway. So, as this thing tries to wrap itself around Johnny, however, stretches out of this grapple very easily and manages to shove off of this creature. As he does so, though, he lashes out violently. Seeing the ooze get closer, you see that on his face is an expression of as if he's trying to say something. It sounds muffled as you hear him. The words don't come out regularly. And the tone itself sounds like he's trying to apologize, maybe? It's a very sorrowful kind of tone that he's taking. And as he does so, though, you see that with talons at the ready, trying to speak with this individual in front of him, this insect creature, for some reason, he strikes out against his own will.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay.
Extra
As
spice
he
and
does.
extra nice.
Extra nice spice. So, as he hits this thing ever so hard on the forehead, with claws all around, the thing screeches out in pain and reaches towards Johnny in this sort of demented state as it's hobbling and it's almost like it's in a sort of drunken state almost. As you see various parts of its body spread out this, not ooze, but these insects. That, let's see, where are you, Johnny? Determining if this happens to him. It does not, you lucky little stupid. So, as these...
You look stupid.
Sakura's always passive aggressive towards his character, to his monstrosities.
I mean, listen, it's fine. So the bugs start to swarm out of this thing, and they come towards Johnny. But he dodges. Out of the way.
Thanks, evil laughter.
See, the evil laughter is actually very kind laughter. It's laughing because it's trying to intimidate the enemies. That's what it's trying to do.
Johnny is a lucky badass. Yeah. But he was
Yes,
better
he
as a
is.
chicken.
You cold, man. You real cold. I mean, I wound them, and I killed them
I mean,
with reckless abandon.
I'm just saying, whenever he was a chicken, he was never poisoned.
That's because he was never put in the
He
state
still
to be
could have
poisoned.
died. Remember when that giant baby head attacked us?
See, that's just quitter talk. We still
We survive, and don't forget, we're missing a party member.
Okay, to be fair, we're
Two
gonna.
party members, because I just remembered you.
Well, I mean, okay, me is because not my fault. Second off, the other one followed her sister.
That's not my fault either. You can't hold Johnny accountable for that one either. And to be fair, well, eventually, someday, maybe,
What?
I don't
I'm
know.
talking
I'm
about
still
Vic.
holding the GM to this to see her again one day.
Oh, well, you might.
Yep.
Maybe.
It's all according to Keikaku.
Or maybe you'll get a completely different character.
Nope. I'm gonna make
Maybe you'll get
make it
persistent.
still canon. That and also,
no.
I'm making all the characters that have left canon in my mind.
Oh, they are. Oh, they are. Don't worry. All the circles
And
in
then
this.
you turn over a dead body.
Okay, that's sadly that's probably not going to be 100% incorrect.
I like to let you guess. Anyway, Zayleth, it's your turn.
Hi, yes, it's me.
It is you. As you finally come down from the pain, feeling as if you've been burned all over. What would you like to do?
Is the face still there?
No. It's ashes at your feet.
Excuse me. Excuse me a moment.
You saw what?
I'm going to use magic missile on the one creature. All three of my missiles on him.
Okay. Tap it.
Tap.
Tap it hard.
Bop.
Yeah, be harder.
It's
Okay.
not even hard.
It's about to be.
Ah!
And that's enough. So,
As you begin this assault upon that insect-like creature, fighting with Johnny, or rather, trying to stop Johnny, the bullets fire off one after the other as you pelt this thing. And as a magic missile goes through its skull, it teeters back, falling onto the floor, dead.
Doing the dinosaur. Oh, wait.
I mean, it's doing the dinosaur the way the dinosaurs did after the meteors hit. However, as the turn order... Flowey, I wasn't there yet. You never let me get to the finish line. Turn order is over. As the last of these creatures falls, you see instead the ooze. Actually, were you paying attention to the ooze? Because how did it get over here so quickly? Next to you.
What?
Right next to you.
Soccer.
So, roll me will.
Sakura.
Roll me will.
Sakura.
Roll me will.
Ah! Oh no! What's with all these things on my screen?
Roll me will. Also
I
take.
just noticed all of these have like squiggles next to them.
They do, because you were nauseated.
Oh no. Bye, Blank. Sakura finally gets his one.
Only one though. I got hold. The both of you pass.
I will kill you.
I like to make it seem very dramatic, but you're fine. Or are you? So, as you feel this sludge come upon your person as it goes up your leg, and it encompasses your lower body, and then it comes up to your torso, and you feel this weird, cool sensation come upon you. You begin to feel it come upwards until it encompasses your head. It's over your mouth, it's covering your eyes, and you're covered by this pitch blackness
as finally you blink and you're in this room.
What?
Go away, Flowey. I don't need you right now. You're dead to me. So, let's get something else. Where is it?
Where is it?
There we go. Oh, wait. No, wrong one. There we go.
What?
Yeah, that was the wrong one.
How dare you deceive us?
So, as your eyes come back into this room, what you see varies greatly from what you experienced. The walls are actually a very nice little texture. They look well-to-do, very elegant, as there's this purple sort of series of diagonals on the walls, and the ceiling is actually very normal. No things opened up, rifts, eyes. And as you scan the room again, you see that there are various skeletons, some next to you, some next to the fireplace. Next to where Johnny and Holt are a series of individuals. They look like they're just people trying to survive like yourself. Or were.
Sakura!
Oh my god! Blank,
They
you're
were.
a murderer!
Ah!
As you look upon them, though, and you see their faces, it looks as though they too had some strange series of black veins running around their face. And as you look towards your hands and you see them trembling, you see that the veins themselves were on you as well. But they slowly begin to fade, and your natural complexion returns to you, as does it Johnny. Well, less so Johnny. Johnny
My
is still Johnny.
theory was right all along.
It was. You're a very good detective.
I am a very good detective. Ah.
So, as you see now, Johnny is in tears as he's finally wrenched back what little control he had of his body. And he looks to you with eyes filled with tears. And he just bellows out, I didn't mean to. I thought I
thought they were monsters. Ah, I feel horrible. Thanks,
And-
Sakura.
You're welcome. And as
We're
he
still in the
crumples
simulation.
down, kneeling onto the ground at the feet of one of the individuals that he himself ripped apart, the one that looked like a bird. It
Wait.
doesn't look like a bird anymore.
Oh.
But it was, in fact, of a bird-like nature. Not a tingo, no. Another form of bird-like creature. Looked a lot like an eagle, almost. She, at least used to. Feathers this way and that as her neck is ripped apart. And she is in a pile of her own liquids. With the expression of one who has seen something terrifying. And as you see the individuals that were before you, one of them the bird person, the other that looked like an insect. Not actually. In fact, the man before you looks... he looks very human. Although, of course, he does have a series of augmentations on his body that look as though he could very much play the part of some insect cosplay, if you will. So he has these little pincers on his hands, and this makeup that looks like that of a bug, as you would, on the floor with a magic missile-shaped hole through his skull. And next to Holt, individual that you believe to be a spider is in fact another drow, much like John.
Oh no.
She is very much dead, as the combined efforts of this fantastic trio were her demise. As you see, she was wearing a strange mechanical device on her back that acted as these arachnid-like appendages. They look as though they were forcibly put on, as the whole device looks like a death contraption similar to the one that you saw on Renee. And Holt. Let's not forget Holt, as you're staring at all of this scene. Holt is... Those eyes have blackened fully. As he's standing there, motionless, hands lowered towards his waist, standing stock still, muttering something. You can't tell what. It's a bit under his breath, but he continues to mutter it like some sort of mantra. And he's standing there. Johnny is just on the floor at the moment, trying to do something about the individual that is still gurgling on the floor in front of him, the bird-like woman, as he tries desperately to stop the bleeding. However, Johnny is not skilled in these arts, but he tries. And we shall see, as his hands try as they may, upon the individual. He puts his hands on them. He tries to stem the blood from flowing. He manages for a second, ripping off a piece of his clothing and wrapping it around the wound. If only he were a second earlier. As he stems the blood, and he looks almost relieved for a second. The individual in front of him has already passed on. And there you are, standing front row seats to this display, as you see the bodies next to Johnny and Holt, piled up next to Johnny. All of these wounds that you had upon you, not actually there. You do not see the tears in Johnny's abdomen, nor do you see the vicious cuts around his body. And as you look upon yourself, you don't see the burns that you felt upon your person.
Right next to me.
And you said what?
What?
So what about right next to me?
right next to you lies the corpse of a very dead, very, very dead tiefling man. His body crumpled onto the floor, curled up, and a bit burned. You can still make out his features. You're not sure about this one, though. Of all of them. Also, take sickened off, as you're not really sickened. In fact, as you come into this state, that weird feeling and sensation that you had in your gut, it was more psychological than anything else. Although you may feel sick to your stomach now at the display, it is all superficial. Let me get an image of the man at your feet as it all starts to come to.
I only do good things, really.
No, the fact that you're like, let me pull up image.
Let me have the image of the person you murdered forever imprinted into your brain. Don't worry, it's fine. It's fine. It's all according to plan.
I mean, it might be. But whose plan, really?
Chips.
Now we're catching it. But as I show you this individual, we will put him as this, because this is his face. Yeah. Download faster, I need to show you off.
Download faster, need to traumatize player more.
I don't know what you mean. This all according to someone's
Do
kekaku.
it. I want to hear her cry.
And then
Well,
the Tiefling wore a cry mask, and I cried.
I got some bad news, Chief.
What?
Welcome to Prepare to Cry with Cry, who's
No.
not here right now.
Fuck.
And save that. And bring it here. There we go. Dead body. Holy sheep, you are a biggin. You're a big biggin. You're a biggity big biggin. Let me just squelch you down to size. He's so tiny now. Look, he's so precious.
That's true.
Wait, hold on. Okay. So, actually, I don't want big X's. Big X's are dung and rope. This isn't dung. I don't do
Wish
big
Monica
X's.
was here. We don't deserve the love.
Wait,
I am
You are
black-
not.
I
You are
admit-
not the blackened.
I blackened, I admit. Take me away.
I mean, it was all self-defense.
that's what they all say.
I agree with Monokuma. I never agree with Monokuma. I agree with Monokuma. We're
Well-
fallen into true despair.
We got him, Chief. We got him.
I did it.
You did it. Congratulations.
But as you're staring at this display and you see this man on the ground, it doesn't actually look as though he is dead. Perhaps, but you're not sure. Give me perception.
Oh. Yes.
And then you proceed to slap the shit out of him. Wake up!
No, I was gonna say I would use Death Watch.
You can do both.
I got it.
All right. So, okay. Tight. So, you can definitely see, especially with Death Watch as well, that this individual is breathing barely. Very barely. As you see that they are clinging to life at the moment.
I'm so sorry.
And you take note of one thing in particular, their hand on your boot. Very weakly, having grasped for it.
I have boots.
On your leg. Never mind, you don't have any shoes.
I know.
But you have a punch of body. It's fine. This is what you wanted, right?
No, that's not at all what I wanted.
But it seems before you incinerated him, at least to this small degree, he had clung to your leg.
See, look at you, you dirty murderer. They at least love to cling to you before they die.
Sorry, Vince. I will stab you in the dick.
Speaking of horrible stabbings,
What?
Vincent,
Wow.
while we let Zaylith take in the scene,
Oh.
Get
I
to
wanted her to suffer more.
He's clinging on to life.
he is, as you can, in fact, sweet merciful. I poked my mustache. Anyway.
Wait, what?
He poked his mustache.
Here we go. Anyway.
Oh yeah, we made it canon that you super glue an evil mustache to your face.
Yeah,
What?
it was painful. But Vincent,
Yes.
as we roll back over to you,
Mm-hmm.
the individual crumpled in your corner that you gave a little bit of a stabbing to,
Yeah.
they are... Did you bandage them up? I don't think you did.
They were like, I was examining them, and then you're like, hey, there's gonna be a hole in front of you, so you jump out of the way. And I was like, oh shit.
Oh, okay, so right now, as you look back at them, the hole is gone, the floor is fine. But they still have a hole in them.
But wait, I thought I didn't stab them. Well, I stabbed the necklace,
Yes.
but I thought I didn't stab them.
Pretty sure...
Yeah, like last
No.
session.
Yeah, you stabbed the necklace,
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't stab
but
them.
then you stabbed them after I had you roll a will.
What? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Alright, you're right.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second, hold on. Because I remember 2 vicious stabbings. You destroyed the effigy, but you also destroyed, possibly...
Because it manipulated my
Three.
willpower. Wait.
It did.
Okay.
It touched upon your kokoro, and it did not apologize.
I mean, good thing you didn't ask if it knew, my background.
I mean... It probably doesn't know as much as you think it does.
Good, because I didn't need that extra -2.
So, as you stare upon this individual, they look very much like that sentient, silvery chrome life form that you saw with Zero so very long ago, being put on display for people as a gimmick.
As I kind of make a remark. Alright, Melody, if you feel another evil, malicious hole, just pat my head like 4 times this time.
She pats your head once.
Good. We're in agreement. Okay, as I begin to examine, trying to see if there's a way to either A, help them, or B, see if there's a way to open it up, since I'm aware that it's not necessarily... It's sentient, but it's not necessarily alive. Right?
Well, from what you can gather, at least from what you've seen thus far, Mare included,
Mm-hmm.
these creatures that you see, the silvery chrome and the currently copper and rusted version in front of you, seem as though they were made from people.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're made of people! Oh my god! Sorry, I had to make that joke real quick.
Gosh darn it.
It was funny
Well,
in my head.
they're currently on the ground, oil leaking out of them.
As I'm like, shit. I wish I knew how to fix human... I mean, how do I fix people? As I look up at Melody. Do you know how to fix a person? I'm not really a medic in this field.
She looks down at you, and are you kneeling at the moment?
Yeah, currently I'm kneeling down because I'm examining the body.
She tumbles off of your head onto the ground.
But take it easy. You
and
could have just had me like lower you.
As she waddles herself upright, she looks back to you and she just pats your knee. And she gives you what you can only assume to be a thumbs up. As she raises up her hand and makes a little fist, and she doesn't have opposable thumbs, but if she did, that's what she'd be doing.
As I'm like, one of these days I'm gonna stitch you some fingers. I know it might seem painful, but we're gonna stitch you some fingers so I can tell what you're doing. But if you ever
Oh,
unintentionally
boy.
flick me off, I'm throwing you out a window.
She puts a hand up to her mouth as if she is portraying I would never.
Alright, good. Because I think I know one person that did that before, and it was funny.
But to that, she ponders instead.
No, I was joking. It's a joke. We're friends, right?
She nods vigorously.
Okay. So then friends at least agree on bullying other friends. Not
A
me,
worried
I
tone plays in your head.
Don't worry about it.
The worried tone ceases. As you are looking at the individual, though, and waddle over to them, she looks over the wound, and she does something pretty weird.
What?
She sticks her hand inside.
As I'm like, Melody, no! You know how long it's gonna at least take for me to wash that off your...
She holds out a palm towards you. She puts her other hand, her free hand, on this individual's stomach. And as she continues to root around in this individual's stomach,
You.
she pulls out something. Her intestines! No.
Fatality.
She just wanted to finish it off for you. No, she
What a good girl.
pulls out a fragment of something.
A chain of memories?
No, Sora isn't related to this. Gosh darn it. As you see her turn around and she shows it to you, it looks like a fragment of a fragment of the effigy, actually.
What the... Huh. I look at
And
it.
she
Oh.
offers it up to you with her oiled up hand. It's just covered in whatever secretions were coming out of this.
I give the
copper
heaviest
individual.
fucking sigh as I'm like, you know I'm gonna have to wash that off for you, right?
She kind of lowers her head and a sad tune plays. She just kind of kicks a foot.
It's okay, you did the right thing, but it's just gonna be extra work for us to at least... You know how hard it is to clean oil off of freaking like material like yours? As I lift her up.
She looks at you and she shakes her head.
Well, okay, I'll give you a short note since I've been on the field for a while. It takes fucking a while to at least remove it off of clothes. I don't know how long it's going to take to remove it off of your clothes. Or your...
She looks at her hand and she looks at you and she...
Don't you dare. I look at her. Don't you dare. I'm just holding
Pats
her
your
by...
nose.
I just close my eyes and I'm just like, happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. Don't as I'm just remembering all the time with my previous unit in Cigar. No, those aren't happy thoughts. No, those aren't happy thoughts. Those aren't happy thoughts.
And you just remember a firecracker pointing in your nose with little ink stains, and it's beautiful.
As I get extra, I just get a little bit red faced, like I just take the heaviest sigh, and I'm like, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. Shooting the captain in the head. As I calm down a bit, happy thoughts.
And as you're having these happy thoughts, there's a cough
What?
that comes from the individual on the floor as they sputter out oil. And the wound that you saw, they clutch it as they begin to start to sit upright.
I, real quick, try to put Melody on my head again and unholster my gun. As I'm like, not another. If you don't say anything now, I'm gonna shoot you. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna shoot
Hand
you.
is held out in fear.
Please, no.
Wait, what? You talk? You actually talk? Melody,
You see-
am I hearing things? I look up at her. Am I hearing things?
Melody shakes her head as she points towards the individual.
I shrug. Okay, good. I'm not completely crazy outside of seeing my possibly dead mother. Anyways, side note. Anyways, who are you, for one? 2, give me a reason not to shoot you. 3, do you have any sanitation wipes?
She looks to you and and I say she. I do say she.
What?
Because as you look over the individual and the voice emanates, it is of a feminine tone. Very familiar feminine tone.
Oh.
And as she looks up to you, she begins. You may want to shoot me anyway. It has been some time, but it seems as though you still haven't forgiven me.
As I get a little annoyed. Alright, fuck you, for one. Don't you dare pretend who I think you are.
I can't pretend to be myself, she says as she looks to you.
Melody, you're hearing this, right? I'm not crazy, right? I
Melody
need confirmation.
Melody is about to pat your head with the inky hand, but she thinks better of it and pats you with the other.
I'm proud of you all the same. But, okay, here's the question. Alright, to at least confirm, who are you? What's my father's first name?
And she stutters out the words, Cable.
What? Okay, what's my mother's name?
As she looks to you in earnest. My name? Well, depends on which one you would prefer me by now.
As I point the gun at her. Answer the goddamn question.
She looks to you, as if thinking for a moment. And
She says, Crystal.
So I'm like, holy shit, this is my mother.
As she still holds out.
Gosh darn it, Blake.
Sorry. I'm trying to
I
make
was
myself feel a little bit better.
Whew, okay. But as she looks towards you and she still has her hands kind of covering her face away from your gun at the moment while clenching the gut wound. But as she does so, while her hand is there trying to keep the oil in, you can see the wound begin to mend. And in the end, it's neither here nor there.
As I'm like, all right, I'm trying to think of other reasons to shoot her. What is the one thing that no one else knows about me that only my mother and father would know? Just give me a reason not to shoot you, because anyone could be messing with me. I was literally in some stupid dream that I got to finally punch my captain. That guy deserves it. He's an asshole. As I'm just giving gestures while Melody's on my head, I'm just swaying my head a little bit.
She responds, more so than you know. And I guess the most recent is after your father passed.
I lower my gun. Fuck. Go on.
And I may have spoken out of turn due to how we, as she motions towards herself and yourself, do things, how we respect the many circles of life, no matter how cruel they can be. And you had sworn that you would never see me again. And something you didn't know is that, well, I didn't sit well with that. And as time passed on, I had to try and find you. And, well, you can kind of see what, as her hand simply goes towards part of the ground to keep her steady. And you are shown this individual that does not, in fact, look elven or really anything else besides a metallic, copper in nature woman before you. In the silhouette of a being without any true hold on its body outside of a humanoid shape.
Wait, the shadow or the thing that's my mom?
Yeah, the thing that's the metallic woman.
I close my eyes and holster my gun. Yeah, you're my mom. Yep. I also put away my knife. Okay, you got my attention. You're lucky I didn't ask which weapon you gave me as a wee lad.
She points towards the bow sitting next to the chair.
For one point, I don't. Why do you have that? Were you using that through this whole thing? The apocalypse, or zombies, or the undead, whatever, the undead.
I didn't use that. I carried it with me to give to you because it's yours. And I want you to have it. If anything else, I just wanted to make amends in that. But in following you, I ended up stumbling upon something that was well beyond me. And before I knew it, I met an individual that knew you.
What?
Although-
Who? Wait, as I kind of go like closer and sit down on the ground and put Melody on my lap. Just trying to go
Melody's
crisscross.
just a curious tone is just playing in your head as she's just looking towards this individual and you and just wondering.
What did they look like? This individual.
She begins describing to you Morgan.
As I close my eyes, of course. Of course, of course, of course. Kind of keeping Melody close to me like I'm a small child with a stuffed animal they love. Of course, Morgan.
She
With my head up, my eyes closed, just kind of cringing at the thought of Morgan telling stories.
and the story he did tell.
As she, with her head hung a bit low and probably in thought, he told me that he knew where you were and that he could bring me to you. That you were in the same unit as him, something of that nature. And that you were just stationed outside of this bunker that he led me to.
I stop and tilt my head. What? Wait, is that Sakura? I'm trying to confirm.
It is something that you know of to be this temporary headquarters that you used for your incursions into Atom City.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
As I'm like, huh. But I think about it. Am I able to remember at all Morgan informing me about something important?
Not at all.
As I just look away, but why didn't Firecracker inform me?
And she looks to you confused. Who?
Morgan, the guy, Firecracker. He's a big guy, big lug.
And as she thinks to herself, as she looks to you, he said you already knew.
I shake my head. No. he would normally inform me of this, even the most unnecessary stuff, like how he shows off his bombs and how he always wants to hear some kind of praise.
He did have a very impressive collection of explosive trinkets.
I put my hand on my face. Of course you show my mother your goddamn explosives instead of guiding her to me.
He was really proud of one that looked like this square box-like device, almost like a jewelry box.
And then I pause and think about that. Is it the same kind of box like Dragmere had?
Depends on which box you're talking about.
Oh, okay, so we gonna do that, alright.
Depends. Because you're talking about Esteban, then no.
No, not Esteban. He had another thing.
He did.
I just
Do you
don't...
remember what it was?
I thought it was a way to capture stuff.
That was Esteban.
Damn it! Alright. Damn it, I don't remember. Damn it, I don't watch... It's been like... They don't... Angel doesn't keep all of his sessions. They're always gone.
But Vince.
Yes.
What she begins to detail to you next is a bit odd. As she starts talking about how this Morgan fellow, he was so sure that you were on the way, and it asked me to simply wait for a little while until you returned.
I kind of close my eyes and I'm like, Mom, that's why we don't trust every single person that says they know each other. I thought you knew, I thought Dad knew, or at least I assume. Listen, it's been, I think about it, it's been 100 years since we last actually talk. This is actually the most conversations we've ever had. I mean, the most,
Yeah, is that one. And she looks to you with eyes that are very melancholy in nature. Begins. I was desperate and not thinking the way that I normally do. I just wanted to see you again.
I sigh. Well, it's nice seeing you too. Outside of not even seeing you in what you originally look like, Mom.
She looks to herself, and in a moment she begins to try something as you see her form shift. It's a very pained shift, but she shifts nonetheless as she begins to take shape once again. Clothes, skin, hair, eyes, it all begins to formulate back until you see her again.
As I'm like, wow. Does she look more aged than I last remember her?
You wouldn't be able to tell because her skin has a copper sheen to it, almost as if it's shiny.
I mean, as long as she doesn't say "bite my shiny metal ass," I'm okay with it.
And that's exactly what she blurts out as she knows.
And then I pulled out my gun and shot her several times. Yeah, everybody. No, okay. Anyways, no, legit though. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
She tells you more disturbing of the news, though, is that when I thought you were arriving, at least I couldn't tell at first,
as a silhouette had entered into the room. It was very much not you. It was this much larger, older looking gentleman.
They had a beard
Yes,
and a big gun.
2.
I sigh. Mom, meet my captain. And I'm gonna assume this. Did he knock you out? Or something close to that?
I can only assume, as with this disturbed smile on his face and a very distraught look on your Morgan's face. In mere moments, my vision blurred, and I awoke again, strapped to some table.
This is the last time I'll ever ask. Wait, I won't even be able to ask for a raise this time. Neat.
And as she mentions this segment, it would be tears if it weren't oil that run down her face as she looks down. And then this man with very, very disturbed looking hair and these goggles came to me in this lab coat.
Hmm.
And he told me that I should be happy that I got to take part in the next stage of evolution. And then they sedated me again.
I have it around
Much
my head.
later, I woke up. Well, as you can see.
And I give her a nod. Yeah. Worst way to have a reunion, right?
She tries to chuckle, but it seems like an alien expression on her face.
I kind of lower my head a bit. I'm sorry that I dragged you into my own issues. I look out better, kind of just looking to the side a bit, just not sure how to feel on how how even someone that I thought was close as an ally would do that. Even being deceived by the captain like I assumed that he would go this far, as I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry to never even get to ever call you after 100 years. I'm sorry, Mom.
And she looks to the oil-stained face, and she puts a hand on your shoulder. But at least you saw me.
I almost killed you. This.
That too. As she doesn't chuckle, but a very weak smile plays across her face.
I put my hand on hers. I'm gonna right these wrongs. This was my unit's fault. It's my captain's fault for at least making you to what you are now. I'm going to at least finish this. But I look at her. I'm going to be placing myself responsible for all of their actions. I want this all to end, actually.
And
just
as you say that, she begins going. It doesn't really take her much. As you see her hand, or rather her arm, begin to extend towards the bow. It's not too far away, but the scenario that plays out is kind of just stretchy arm, mom. But she pulls the bow towards her as her hand, her arm, right itself, and she hands you the bow as you're talking, and she puts it in your hands and she closes them. Just promise me that you'll live at the end.
I look at her. And I try so hard to give her the biggest fake smile as I could. Can I roll for bluff?
You most certainly can.
Yeah. I promise I'll be back. And then we
she
can spend
looks to
time
you.
together.
And as you say that, she looks. And it looks as though she genuinely believes what you're saying. As she rubs your hand affectionately, she begins, good. Because no matter what you may have done with these individuals, there's still good in you. A whole heap more than any wrongdoings you may have caused. Believe that.
I give her a nod. I know. Knowing inside my heart, I'm lying to my mom. Knowing that what I have in mind, once everything is said and done. Yeah. He'll be okay. We just... I don't know about you, but I gotta make sure to end this still. I gotta rendezvous back with everyone else I got separated with. Did you know I met a giant Tengu? And I like making fun of him, basically calling him equivalent to Kentucky Fried Chicken. It takes it like such a soldier.
I mean, have you ever had Tengu? I mean, it's
Mom,
a strange
we're not
taste.
talking about eating my friend.
Oh, okay, I mean, sometimes...
Mom, I'm not eating my friend.
It's completely fine.
You've done this
Different tastes.
before. during elementary school. You almost killed one of the students. Please don't do this. Dad had to at least make us change schools. Don't do this again, please.
Strange traditions all together. No, I will never understand.
To have other people go to school, get education. I understand you got homeschooled, but I was forced because Dad wanted me to learn with other people. It was weird. Didn't like hanging around people.
I mean, it was all in an effort to protect you from that strange gaggle of children and their cruelty.
You know what? This is why we can't. This is why I can't introduce you to new friends that are of different races. That I don't. Have I even ever met my grandma and grandpa? Wait,
Of course you have.
have I?
Yes.
Huh. I only remember saying the
They-
dad said never follow their example.
That is because, unlike myself, they are not of a bending variety. They are very strict in their traditions, and they follow them to the T.
Oh, that explains a lot.
And they weren't the most embracive when it came to you.
I pause and I'm like, oh, so that's why I don't remember Grandma and Grandpa.
Correct.
Oh. So they're...
Yes.
Okay. I clap my hands. Alright, so I'm going to throw that to the side and leave that there for a while and never think about that again. Okay, so I don't have a Grandma and Grandpa. Cool. I'll accept that. I'll accept that. It's fine. As I just shake it off and I'm like, but what about you? What are you gonna do? You're kind of stuck here, but would you want to at least help me?
A smile comes upon her face in all its sincerity as she looks to you. I would love to. As she stands very slowly, very shakily, she offers you a hand up.
As I look down at Melody. Well, you ready to go continue this adventure with my mom, like my metal mom now, Melody?
Exciting, just enthusiastic journey music starts playing in your head.
I was
Now
thinking.
you get to determine.
I was thinking Don't Stop by Journey.
Yes.
Oh, I was thinking more of just Legend of Zelda kind of music.
Whatever you're thinking of journey music as, that's kind of what melody is playing in Vincent's head. So if you're thinking Don't Stop Believing,
Stop
and you're thinking Legend of Zelda, those are both playing.
Oh
just
no, that
differently.
sounds like a nightmare.
It's different for every person listening. For Vincent, it's The Legend of Zelda. For you, it will be Journey. And
Yeah.
it's wonderful, because that's melody.
I just take my metal mom's hand and just stand up. Well, let's keep going then. Do you have something to defend yourself with?
And she looks around and she looks to her hand, and you see as it begins to shift, ever so slightly, until it resembles that of a bow, a longish bow.
What? I stare at her. What? I was originally going to say you could take my bow that you're trying to give to me, so it's convenient. Well, you know what? Sure.
I mean, if you don't mind it, it seems though you're very accustomed to that weaponry at your side as she motions towards your gun.
As I look at it. Oh, well, I had a better one, but I lost it. But I recovered the pieces of it as I kind of go like and outreach to my little carry-on bag, and as I take out the pieces, if you knew how to fix it, that would be cool.
How to... And it looks as though she... Actually, give me a moment.
Don't stop believing. Just 'cause I want my dead shot back. Listen, outside of my mom being like basically Eggman style roboticized. Oh my god, I just realized they're basically robotizing people. Damn it, Parasol also has Robotnik in it.
On the plus size, I don't need to shoot my arm with that one to prove that we are infected.
I mean, good news all
All I
around.
had to do was look with my arm, and it's like, oh look, there are black veins. Oh look, we are infected. Oh look, oh no.
We're all in a dream. Snake Eater. That and you're a murderer.
I just stop crying about it.
It's okay, the tears will eventually go away.
Become so numb. I can't feel you there. I've become so tired, so much longer.
Oh my god. Well, look at the positive. You don't have to worry about your mom, and you don't have to worry about my mom trying to eat Johnny.
Do gotta worry about my mom though.
I mean,
Apparently there were some really twisted love letters towards her.
I mean that's true. And apparently, I also have to hate my captain even more.
My captain, my captain.
What the fuck was my captain's name again? I forgot.
I don't remember.
You
I just
have it
remember
wrote down in your notes.
Oh. I just remember yelling, oh captain, my captain.
I'm so mad. Well, point still
Actually,
stands.
I gotta read through my notes. I have a lot. Actually.
I can't believe Morgan backstabbed me by giving my mom away to my captain so that she could be sent downstairs and roboticized like fucking Dr. Eggman. I'm
When we
actually
first started
upset.
playing was February 12th.
Yes.
It's an anniversary today! Look! It's 10/12!
Yay!
Boy, what a fucked up way to celebrate that!
Yay! My mom's been roboticized. This is Sonic lore. Gotta go fast. Damn
We've
it.
been playing this for 6 months?
Yeah.
What? Where did time go?
Well, remember, we started adding in Vampire after a certain
Oh, that's
point.
true.
So, we're basically doing it every 2 weeks. So, within that, step by step, we've been doing technically less, but then we've been adding more lore to our characters. We're basically doing more than a lot of groups. Don't tell them we're cheating. But we're kind of cheating. But I'm proud of it all the same.
I'm gonna be really pissed at myself if I didn't write down his name.
I'll be pissed if you didn't write down like an important key character's name. Cause he's kinda also one of the problems here in the story. He's kinda the one at fault. Also, I'm also at fault. Also, a lot of the shit I've done is at my fault.
Can't you look at your backstory and find his name?
I never once put any detail into my backstory. What do you mean? Everything that's already in the descriptions has been there since the beginning. I never updated it. This is all by memory. Because memory is key. I let other people try to remember it if they're fascinated by the story. But point still stands. Holy fuck, dude.
Holy fucking dude.
Because basically, my mom got roboticized. My dad's been dead for like 100 years. Basically, everything just wants to fuck. That's all I've learned so far. Everything wants to just fuck me. I mean, not a literal sense, but a lot of shit
Hey,
happened.
Sakura,
Yes.
can you believe today marks the 6 months of time we've been playing together? First time we started was 4/12/19.
Look at that.
What a shitty way to celebrate, but
Anniversary. Yeah. Or
it's just
month
seriously-
anniversary. Yeah.
Sakura, I just realized a lot of my lore, I mean, my mom being roboticized is basically either Parasol or Velvet's basically Dr. Robotnik.
Yes.
Do I have the right to be angry?
Yes.
Okay, I'm angry.
Okay.
just as much as the right of I was fine, and then you brought up the fact that I'm a murderer, and I'm crying and singing "Numb" in my head very loudly.
Yeah, don't
I
worry.
mean, in this life, sometimes you just can't avoid the many stains that are right there.
I've become so numb, I can't feel you there.
You see, you didn't kill one of them.
Tired so much more. Oh, I didn't write down his name. What the fuck? I just labeled him Army Guy?
Blank.
How stupid
What the
am I?
actual fuck?
How
Army guy.
dumb am I?
I'm trying to remember the captain's name. I forgot my captain's there.
Oh, it was Simon.
Oh, I should have just labeled him Belmont.
What a plain name.
How dare you?
Wait a minute.
Hmm.
I wrote down Simon. I was
I'm
expecting
actually
a really
upset.
cool name.
What?
I mean, the captainess is really cool name.
Listen, he has 2 Magnum rifles. Come at him. You hate her.
No one really calls
my-
him
my-
Simon. Most people that call him Simon are either people that he has to talk to from a legal standpoint, or the dead people that he shot right before he shot
Because
them.
HR is not allowed to talk about it anymore.
No.
My first notes of these sessions was meets Gregory, a 6-foot tango.
Ah, yeah. Good old Gregory, I mean, John.
Guy ran into stairwell, got dragged away. Army guy.
That was me, though.
Army guy, G.I. Jose.
You
So
know,
upset.
Jose.
So upset.
no, Jose.
But
Yeah, he's a...
we interrupt this beautiful moment between mother and son to bring you Zalith.
No, you sit the heck away from me. Business.
I
you
say
said.
Zalith on ice, but currently the burned person on the ground. Very contradictory to the point.
Fuck!
So
That's so
much.
much bullying.
I've become so numb. I can't feel myself there.
But I want to know what you're doing, because you see off in the distance next to the bodies, Johnny has punched himself, and he's trying
Holy
to.
shit.
Yeah, he just like decked himself really hard, and he's just like, no,
we can't do this right now.
Johnny, listen.
We can't do this. All
Johnny,
right.
look at me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this guy still breathing, Sakura?
And yeah, as far as you can tell, he's still breathing.
I point at him. He's still breathing.
Johnny darts up and he sprints over there to you. Well, I mean, you got anything to fix him? Your strange magical powers or something like that?
Hey, because you're probably hinting at something I probably don't even have.
Am I?
I don't have anything.
It could just be cruel and unusual.
I know, that's what I said. You're probably hinting at something I don't have.
It'd be real nice. But there are things that you do have. Things that you were given. Most likely by Renee.
You didn't give me anything. What are you talking about?
Yes. You currently have 2. Herbalistic potions.
Oh yeah, she
And your
did give you
repertoire.
that.
When did she give me
Heal.
that?
That's many
Give-
sessions ago, my dude.
Yes, a while ago. In fact, you still have a couple of things like the ring and then that tablet.
Like, did you at least put them down?
I know I have the tablet and I know I have the ring. I don't remember her giving me. I'm pulling out the herb thingy.
Speaking of the tablet, for a moment.
You just hear a phone call.
It's fine. Never mind. So, before I say anything else, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
What are you doing?
I
As
pull out
Johnny's looking to
Thwarting
you
my
and he's like,
plans.
do you...
thorny your plans.
Are you?
No.
Good. That'd be bad. How bad?
That'd
I'd
be
have to
bad.
kill you.
That would be bad.
I mean, it's fine.
I still have the one of Himiko and Kokichi, and I want that to be played out next time we play Danganronpa before it all starts.
Fine.
Heck yeah. I pull out the 2 herbalistic healing bottles out.
The 2 potions. Okay.
Potions. I have these.
What? Oh, okay, what do they do?
To heal.
So put him in his mouth or whatever. I mean, come on. This man's probably dying.
I burned this guy. I don't think I should be the one to touch him.
Okay, just give me the things. Give me. And he just snatches them from you. All right. And he lifts the man up, puts him upright, arm kind of acting as the headrest, and he pops one of the bottles, pours it down this dude's throat. For a little bit of
Okay,
we are about to find out.
SakuraAfro GM that's typing.
Yes.
Get that thing away from me.
So he pours one down his throat, and the man starts to sputter. A bit of the liquid's out,
And then he combusts.
and yeah, he's on fire. I'm sorry. No. So as he does so, he comes out of a state of unconsciousness, and his eyes spark open very widely as he begins trying to flail around as he sees you and he sees Johnny. And although Johnny has a bit of a firm grip on him, okay, never mind. Okay, like a strong mother hen, this one.
But you know, drow form now.
Yeah. I mean, all that exercising in symbiote form is add to his muscles. Like his muscles on his muscles, and he's all muscles. But anyway,
On muscles and muscles and
There's so
muscles.
many
Has all
muscles.
muscles.
it's so amazing. But besides his many muscles, you'll see that he has a firm grip on the man. As this man is just screaming out, "No, please, not again, please!"
No, I'm so sorry. We didn't know it was you. We really thought you were monsters. I'm so sorry. Please, we're sorry. We didn't know.
He looks towards you in utter fear. Please, please. And he looks around and eventually his eyes find his friends. Why? Why?
Yeah, why?
And he's just looking to you as he looks on at you in horror as he looks upon. It's almost as if he's looking a monster and he is currently in its clutches and he is fearing for his life. You're pretty sure if he was the kind of person to wet his pants, he would have already at this point.
Ew, what's that smell then?
But he didn't, because he ain't no baby back baby. He's just absolutely terrified as any person would be in this situation. And you see your friends viciously mauled and then you're set on fire.
I'm so sorry. There was eyeballs. There were monsters. I'm sorry. We didn't know you were actually people.
Ooh.
Thought you were gonna kill us.
Ooh.
I don't know how to be diplomatic. I can't. I don't know how
I
to.
know, and it's wonderful. And John's like, Z, just okay. Listen, I know all that stuff played out the way that it did as he looks down at the guy. But listen, all right? We weren't in control of what we were doing. None of what we did was on purpose towards you. As he looks over and he stops. And he eventually looks back to the man. Or your friends. I'm sorry. We're sorry. I don't know what else to tell you. As he finally lets the man go and he instantly scrabbles as far as he can to the back of the room. And he can't get too far as he's... Nope, he ain't starting a fireball. Just kidding, it's a fireball. No, I was kidding. No,
Roll for initiative.
He scrabbles back from Johnny and you. And he begins. Hi. Why? Just why? I hate this place. And now, the only people that made it bearable they told me we were going to get out of this. Now they're dead. And the worst part is I can believe you. As his hands reach onto his face, and he's just there sobbing. And Johnny just looks towards you with this expression that he just doesn't really know what to do, and he just kind of hands you back the potion.
I take the potion.
I don't know about this one, Z. He just kind of whispers over to you. I really don't.
Go on, is this right?
I mean, as he just looks over towards the man, he looks back to you. I just don't know. I know I've done terrible things in the past, but killing innocent folk, that's different.
Cooking monsters.
we might be. And I think we have our own very exclusive monster still up for debate as he looks over to Holt. And as you see him looking over and you look over as well, he's still muttering some strange mantra underneath his breath as he stalks still.
We should try to get his attention.
I feel like that's inviting a bull into a small china shop. And right now, as he looks over towards the tiefling man, who's just cradled at the moment in the fetal position, I don't know if he'll be like us in the right mind. I think maybe we should.
How does the tiefling man look?
So, aside from burns all over his face and
Oh my god, you just basically made him into Zuko.
Not entirely far from how he looks, facial wise, but in a fresher stance. And Zuko's, it healed over time, sort of, but his is more like just happened kind of deal. So it looks bad because it is bad. And the burns are kind of just in various random spots on his body, on his chest, his hands, his legs. He just kind of spontaneously caught fire, so. But it looks like perhaps the adrenaline is the only reason he's able to right now. And the potion just force fed him like a baby. It's probably the only reason he's able to move at all at the moment.
I'm gonna use something I've never used before.
lightning. Finish the
No,
job.
No,
Oh.
on a person who's actually conscious.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a message towards him.
Okay.
I'm gonna like. I know you don't trust us, but me and I point at Johnny are the only two sane people you can kind of trust right now. Can you get to us without making so much noise? And I kind of point to Holt and I kind of give him a signal trying to be quiet.
He looks to you, and he looks to the giant, berserking bruiser that is Holt. And as he does so, he obviously cannot message back, but he instead looks as though he's weighing some form of option.
Actually, the creature receives a message and can whisper a reply that you
Oh, okay. Well, then he
can
just
respond.
he can, but he's just choosing not to. As he looks as though he's contemplating, and eventually, as he looks at the two of you with eyes that are both tear-stained and fury-filled, you finally hear in your head, okay.
I look over to Johnny. We gotta get to Renee.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't know about this. I don't think you should have him moving. I think maybe I should just go over there and see what's up with Holt before any of this happens. And as he's saying that, the man tries to sneak over. Let's see how well he does.
Show me what
Let me
you
get that. Let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get
Turn already.
Don't even worry about that.
Sorry, Vincent.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Never mind. Okay. So,
What?
Vincent, I'm sorry.
Oh, we're actually rolling for initiative?
Vincent.
no.
Ah.
I mean, they're not.
Wait, what? Am I rolling for initiative?
No.
Wait, who's rolling for initiative?
Two individuals that are in fact NPCs.
Oh, god damn it.
Well, we'll see. I'm very, very unsure that it will happen the way that it will, but we'll see
Someone's
if
gonna
Holt
die.
notices.
Time to put the layer down.
Oh, also, Sakura, how much longer are we gonna keep going? Quick question, since I got work at 9 in the morning.
We're pretty much getting on the closing cusp of it as you're leaving finally the room with Mother in tow, and wonderful thing is going to happen here.
Someone's
So-
gonna die. Hooray!
As the tiefling man begins crawling towards you ever so slowly, unfortunately, the scuttling on the rug can be heard. And maybe just to his own unfortunateness, there was something akin to some sort of cracking underneath the rug. And to that, the very stock still Holt is animated once more. His eyes are a shade of black. Begins to step forward towards the man. But I'll have him roll low. And he continues to step forward towards the man. As you can see, his tattoos of the glowing light blue variety, all starting to make the wonderful sounds of electricity. Johnny begins to stand up and he looks as though he's attempting to go towards Holt very cautiously. But in the mind of Holt, so as Holt steps forward and Johnny steps towards Holt, Holt's hands outstretched towards the man who's in absolute fear of this giant shark man looming over him. Johnny goes and he puts a hand on Holt's shoulder. Hey. Are you in there? Hello? I mean, I'm pretty sure that there aren't fish just swimming up in that skull of yours, right? And
Great talking down, Johnny. 10
He looks towards Johnny, and his eyes are that of someone urged to kill. As he stares down Johnny. But slowly and surely, pitch blackness fades. Although shark eyes are still absolutely terrifying, especially when they're on an anthropomorphic body. The eyes staring back at Johnny are those of someone who's been newly thrust into this
place that you're all in. And he bats away Johnny's hand. And he looks towards Johnny and you in a very confused state.
Shaking my head, no. Like, him giving the look of stop.
And he looks towards the tiefling man with burns on his body. And he turns to scan the room and he spots the dead bodies on the floor. And at that moment, he leans down and he looks the tiefling man in the eye.
I need some.
And that's where we'll end.
Oh, please don't let me die. Okay. That was a lot to
It's
take in.
fine. I
I
mean,
didn't get a chance to find out what that tiefling's name is. I didn't even get to find out about the tablet that you mysteriously brought up and never brought up again.
Yeah.
That's because it has the stuff to do with the main plot line that I can't go for yet. So, just know that when we come back to this 2 weeks from now, keep
Look
that in
forward to
mind.
that.
Keep
Alright,
that in
I gotta
mind.
write this down.
It'll be okay, my fellow gamist.
and it's not evil. It's just not good. That's what I like to tell people.
I was gonna cry if this man died.
He was going to if Holt didn't save in that
I
last second.
know!
He's gonna crush his head like a small grape.
I was gonna bawl my eyes out. I'm so glad that was a 17.
I'm just glad I didn't kill my mom.
We're glad we didn't kill people, even though
I mean, you've actually killed people, but you know, it's okay,
I
murderer.
killed one person.
Yes.
That still doesn't change the fact there's blood on your
Well,
hands,
How
murder.
many,
I mean-
how many goblins did you kill, and how many innocent lives did you
3.
take?
Too many. I'm literally swimming in a pool of blood. Actually, let's say an ocean. I'll at least leave it at an ocean. I've pulled the trigger before.
Mine
Well, I
isn't
mean,
as
it's a
bad as
big city.
yours.
it's a big city.
Oh,
They
so
used to be
it's
people.
equivalent to a public pool or an entire Pacific Ocean.
Entire
Very,
Pacific
very,
Ocean.
very
Yay!
lake.
It's not a lake. It's bigger than a lake. It's the ocean. It's an ocean. But
Neat.
it's only, most of it, really.
I've killed
An
worse.
accomplice.
My head hurts.
But, you had to do what your mind told you to do, and you thought they were crazy monsters.
I'm glad you brought up the fact that I had 2 herbalist potions.
Well, it was
'Cause
eventually going to be brought up
apparently
anyways.
I didn't fucking write it down.
It's okay. I like to be somewhat kind, at least a
Out
little
of
bit.
all that just happened, I'm so glad you were merciful at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I knew bad things were gonna happen if you didn't get saves, and it was like a 50-50 saves.
This could have gone completely different. It could have been a nice, hey, guess what? We've been playing this game for 6 months now. Nope.
I mean, to be
No.
fair, at least we've learned from where we started originally.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really glad,
I had a water wife compared to this.
Hey, now I have a doll companion. Come at me, hater.
Doll wife.
She's not a doll wife. That's weird. Don't make it weird.
Doll.
It's not. Stop.
Listen, you made the water wife weird. You made my vines into BDism. You have a doll wife. I don't want to hear it.
Dang. I mean, she's right though. I mean,
I've gotten away with more bullshit, so that's fair.
It's okay though,
I thought you were gonna leave your mom there, and you're like, yeah, you want to come on an adventure?
Too bad. Goodbye. No.
I'm not gonna leave my mom. I'm not that heartless. I'm an asshole, but I'm not that much of an asshole.
I went to go grab some more Kool-Aid, so like I heard about the bluff and I assumed you were leaving her there to die.
Oh no, she said to at least come back to her alive, and I was like,
Oh.
yeah, I'm gonna come back. No,
Oh,
I'm lying to
Sakura.
her.
I was telling Vincent, at least I didn't have to do my experiment, and I'm glad I guessed right that we were infected.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes.
Wait,
Fun.
does that refer to all of us?
This whole
You
time.
congratulations, you pulled a Walking Dead.
I did.
Same with the TV show.
I like that it became this fun. I just set it up and I let it go and say anything. It worked out.
Oh, I'm so glad I forgot about wanting to shoot off my own arm.
Yeah. Yeah, because that would have played out exactly how you
Yeah, I'm so glad I had forgotten, and all of a sudden now you're like, you see black veins. I knew it! Knew it! I was happy, and then you're like, oh look, there's a dead guy on your floor. Oh no!
Good job, killer.
There was that little bit of happiness, and then it faded away.
Listen, you set some people on fire. Well, you set a woman on fire, and then
I want to retract my yada yada.
Well, you can never attract what was already yada. I mean,
It
you can
looks
always switch it to, oh no!
Holy shit!
Exactly, see?
Oh, and then you finger gun somebody.
It could have been worse. I could have screamed like Dio.
You could.
Yeah.
Roller woman!
See, that would have just made the whole you had done that much more
I would
chaotic.
have felt more horrible, because that would have like
That shit
totally
would've been
fed
funny,
into
though.
the evil looking. That would have made us look like more bad guys than if I did that.
I'd say
Yes.
anti-heroes, but good enough.
I mean, as far as you could tell from what he said, you know, and from what you could see, both parties were kind of against each other in the thinking that, you know, one was the monster and one wasn't, but they lost to their monster, and you won against yours.
Hey.
Gee, thanks.
And one of the individuals is completely aware of the situation. You set him on fire. But
I'm glad he believed it.
he's in a box of emotions at the moment.
You're a boss.
Hey,
of
welcome
emotion.
to the circus we call where really
The
fucking
circus of
traumatic.
value!
The circus of being mentally traumatized. Woo!
It's
I
not
mean-
mental traumatization.
We have our first one, a half elf who, you know, finds out his mom had been lied
Roboticized, thanks,
to.
Eggman.
Roboticized.
And then you
lied
prison stabbed her.
to.
Listen,
We
that
have
wasn't
a
within
young
control.
tiefling who's paying for her father's and family's
Possible mother.
shit. That's why I said just family. I changed this to just family.
Mhm.
Shit hit the fan. We've got, you know, the traumatized shark boy. We
Yeah,
got
they're
we got the horrified drow that molted.
Yeah, there's just a lot of conflicting emotions.
Also, I'm still in shock that Renee kept Johnny's beat.
I was very much in shock at that. I
I
didn't
was
know
happy.
that was going, and I was like, wait.
I thought she was
But
gonna
why?
leave it. I mean, it's only fair. I got a feather, she gets a beak. It's fine.
I get
It came
sad
off his
memories.
mouth.
I know it did. That's what horrified me, and that's why I like sat there like, did she really just take it?
It's like when your teeth fall out and you see one of your friends go up and then grab them and then take them.
Oh no!
Hey, don't judge my habits.
What?
Oh no!
Don't go to sleep at night, Sakura.
I don't, though.
Well, good. And always make sure to brush your teeth, or I'm gonna come and bust down your door and be like, "Give me those teeth. You don't need them."
Remember
But then I
watching a
won't have
video.
teeth. What's the point of saying brush your teeth and then taking my teeth?
To make you wear dentures at a young age.
Cavity free.
No, see, I would gum it the whole way. The whole way. Gums the whole way.
Gosh darn it.
And then Vince is gonna come to you later on and here's all your teeth back, by the way. Do what you want with them.
Sell them on eBay.
Do
so you
whatever
can buy
you
it
want.
back?
Yeah.
What? I mean, I guess. But
No, though. No, though.
Don't buy his teeth.
Don't. Not on eBay.
Not on eBay.
Not ever.
listen, Glitchy spent money on a broken trying to get tablets. Alright, I don't want to hear nothing.
What does that have to do with teeth, my dude?
It requires money.
He's not wrong. Teeth and tablets are a whole other level.
And don't you dare say they're connected by the T. It doesn't matter. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my gosh.
Okay, but that'll do it for tonight, everybody. Thank you for those that joined. Thank you for the people that followed. Y'all beautiful. Yeah.
Y'all some great individuals.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed this torture session. If you wish to be tortured in the future, just get in my DMs and I'll get to you when I can.
It
And
sounds
I'll
like
torture
something
you.
else. Sakura stopped before we
Sakura,
had to
please.
stop. This is leading to some dangerous areas.
See,
Dangerous.
but dangerous areas, that's just sharp edges and hard places. Y'all end it there.
Yeah. Here, I'll leave you with something, as I'm gonna actually call it a night myself.
Yay.
As much as I love to stay up and talk to you, Sakura, about everything else, I will call you another day. I'm really tired.
Alright. Alright, good night, stream. Good night out, everybody.
Good night.